Not every great restaurant in Vegas is located inside one of the big hotels. Hey folks, this is Bill with Dine Drink Vegas. I'm outside of Emmitt 22, outside of the Fashion Show Mall on the North Las Vegas Strip, and what I want to do real quick is walk you through this restaurant to give you a sense of the space. On this restaurant, we never make you watch us eat, so after I walk you through, what I'm going to do is show you still photos of some of the delicious things we've had to eat. But we've been seated, we've ordered our appetizers, we've had our drinks, and so far my initial impressions of this place are amazing. So there's a little bit of outside seating. It's a slow night, it's a Tuesday night, so there's not a whole lot of folks here, but I would absolutely want to make reservations if it was a busier night. As you walk in, the hostess stand is going to be right to our right there, and as we walk in, I'm seated right over there by the guy in the hat, and they've got an amazing full-service bar. I love the aged whiskey, the Old Forester aged. They've got any sort of alcohol you can imagine, although that's obviously de rigueur for a big, fancy steakhouse. And the ambiance of this place is quite nice. Now, one of the things I'm going to show you in just a minute is that they have an open kitchen, and that's one of the things that I particularly enjoy for a nice steakhouse. So going around here, you can see them preparing your food, and that's actually one of the things that I really enjoy, right? You can see what's going on in the kitchen. It's not some magical mystery. They've got some of their sushi going on, and their sushi bar is actually quite good. My buddy that I'm about to dine with has just ordered some of the sushi, and I'll show you still photos of it in a second. So if you're wondering where this place is, it's the Fashion Show Mall. It's right across from the Wynn and also across from the Treasure Island, right? The Venetian is at the third corner of this intersection. It's not a huge restaurant, but the space is amazing. It actually, it's a comfortable ambiance. We've enjoyed it. The service here has been phenomenal. It has been terribly busy, but again, it's a Tuesday night on a slow time of year. What I'm going to do in just a second is come back and show you a rolling video of some of the menus so you can know what the prices are and you can know what to expect. After I do that, like I said, I'll show you still photos of some of the food and we'll talk about what we enjoyed. So sit tight and I'll be back in just a minute. So we talked about this on the Dine Drink Vegas podcast, but one of the things that I love about this restaurant is that it's not particularly expensive. Now, it's not a cheap meal. You're still at a premium steakhouse at a premium location on the Las Vegas Strip, but they had a whole lot of things that weren't honestly that bad. My buddy John got the hanger steak for $31. I got the ribeye for $67, which was a good $30 cheaper than anywhere else on the Strip. The sauces were included. In addition to the food being pretty reasonably priced, the drinks weren't bad. I didn't get a picture of the cocktail menu, but a whole lot of the drinks were $14 or $15 for their regular cocktails. Now, you could pay more than that if you wanted premium liquors, but the drinks and the food were amazing prices given the quality of what it was that we were enjoying. So that, to me, was a real highlight. Sit tight for just a second so I can show you still pictures of some of the food. Folks, as I show you pictures of some of the delicious things we enjoyed, I'd like to ask for your help. Please support the channel by clicking like and subscribe. Also, leave a comment because we love to hear from our viewers, and every time you do that, it helps YouTube show our videos to more people. So we started with cocktails because, of course, we did, and I had an old-fashioned, which I get it is a really basic cocktail, but it was delicious, it was well executed, and I think I paid $14 for it. I don't remember what John had. He insisted it wasn't a margarita, but it was a similar price. We both enjoyed our drinks. We had a couple over the course of the evening. We both started off with appetizers. John got the tuna tartare on those little chips, on wonton chips, and that was fantastic. I am not much of a raw fish person, but that was an amazing start to the meal. It was a really good way to do the surf and turf, right? I had showed you that as we walked through the kitchen. You knew they were making it right there, and they had some skilled people doing it, and that worked out better than I would have thought. That was a real highlight of the meal. I had the French onion soup, and I enjoyed it. It was very good French onion soup. However, of the 6 things that we tried, it was probably the least successful. Not because it wasn't good. It was great. It's just that was a fairly basic dish that I had had before. I should also say that bread service cost extra. We opted not to get any of that. We both got steaks, and John got the hanger steak, which may be the steal of this entire menu. it costs $31, which is an amazing deal. And I know I talked about it earlier in the walkthrough, but the sauces are included. So the chimichurri didn't cost anything extra, and you can easily pay $5 or $10 for sauces if you go somewhere else. I wound up getting something different. What I wound up getting was the ribeye because that's what I do. And the ribeye was a significantly more expensive steak, but it's still, I mean, it was $67. You can easily pay $30 or $40 more than that for a steak of similar quality at other places. I got it with, I think it was the horseradish sauce. I know both of the sauces were good. I know the steaks were cooked exactly as we requested them. They were brought out quickly. They were nicely seasoned. So if the only thing you're looking at is the quality of the steaks, it's honestly as good as any other place on the Las Vegas Strip, right? We were incredibly enthusiastic about it. One of us got the lobster mac and cheese, and these aren't enormously huge side orders, but they're plenty big for two people to share. There was a lot of lobster in there. We enjoyed that. We also had the Brussels sprouts, and I love the way they crisp these up and caramelize them because that made it much better than just like the bad steamed Brussels sprouts you probably had as a kid. So the side orders were great. We didn't wind up getting dessert with this meal, but that was mostly a function of we had eaten so much by this point that there was nothing else to do. One other note is that this is located right by the Davidoff Cigar Bar outside the Fashion Show Mall, and that makes an amazing option for before or after your meal to go enjoy a cocktail and maybe a cigar. So on balance, would I go back to Emmitt's? Yeah, absolutely. We talked about this on the podcast. I do hope you'll download and start to listen to our podcast. It's just called Dine Drink Vegas. We talked about it on the podcast. This is my favorite spot or steakhouse on the Las Vegas Strip. Now, there are one or two steakhouses downtown that I prefer. I probably got a soft spot for Oscar's down at the Plaza, but this is amazing. So there are a couple other places on the Strip where the steak is as good as it is here at Emmitt's. Prime at Bellagio is phenomenal. I love the Wynn's Steakhouse there on the Lake House. So there are a couple of places that do the steaks as well. I don't know that anybody does it better, and the ambiance is better here. It's not as crowded, it's not as hurried, and honestly, it's just a great deal cheaper. And I was impressed. It didn't have too much Dallas sports memorabilia there. Now, it was around if you cared about that, but that wasn't too large a part of the presentation. Again, folks, I hope this video has been helpful to you because we try really hard at Dine Drink Vegas to bring you short and focused videos which give you the information that you need to plan your next trip. If we've been helpful, please support the channel. Click like and subscribe because that helps YouTube show our videos to more people. And we also love to hear from our viewers. And if you leave a comment in the comment section down below, we'll get back to you as quickly as we can. And that also helps YouTube show our videos to more people. Tell other people about our channel. Thank you so much for watching and happy travels.